Books with badass female protagonists that are non-stabby. I love a protagonist who can wield a blade and unalive everybody in the room without barely breathing. But every now and then, I like to read about a female protagonist that isn't so stabby and is a little bit more relatable to me. Effy from A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. A relatable protagonist who deals with anxiety, self-confidence, trying to find her place in a world that is dominated and ruled by men, and she never pokes anyone with anything. Non-stabby, but still super badass. Liska in Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Pornecki. The strength of this protagonist is in her ability to handle hard situations with her intuition and her mind. More representation of strength through sacrifice, through determination. This is another beautifully written female protagonist. Yumi from Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. Yumi is like the definition of don't assume because I am meek and silent and reserved, I am weak. Because she is anything but that. This was one of my favorite reads of last year, and Yumi is such a delightful and refreshing take on a female protagonist. I just adore her, and I think about this book regularly. In that same vein, Tress from Tress of the Emerald Sea, also by Brandon Sanderson. Tress's undeniable optimism and kindness is what makes her compelling and strong and the perfect protagonist for this story. Ellie from Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. Ellie is smart, she's brave, she's snarky, but not because she's angry and angsty like we often find with these really intense stabby FMCs. She uses her intelligence, her cunning, her wit to outmaneuver and outsmart the villains, and I just love that in a female protagonist. In a similar vein, Sciona from Blood Over Brighthaven by Emma Wong is another protagonist who really is relying on her intelligence versus any kind of physical strength. She isn't necessarily always likable, but she is incredibly honest, and sometimes that means more. And finally, Inez from What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. Another female protagonist who is in an oppressive society and she takes it upon herself to do something about it at the risk of everything. Another great non-stabby FMC who is relatable and endearing and actually very funny. So what's a book that you love with a female protagonist that belongs on this list?